Issues With presents The Breakdown. I'm your host, Catherine, aka The High Heeled Gamer. How's it going, everyone? Are we in quarantine? Are we secluded away from the world? That's how I live my life 24/7, so I don't even know. Yeah, so the new virus is upon us, the coronavirus. And people are actually protesting Corona beer because, geniuses out there in the world, and everything is being canceled. Everything from E3 to local conventions to possibly WrestleMania. I mean, look, wash your hands. That's really all it boils down to. And like my favorite is when I see the people wearing the masks and I'm like, but your hands are free. Your hands are free. It sucks. I don't know what games are coming out next year. I might not know who's gonna win a championship belt. Because remember, I like wrestling. I'm that girl. But I do have something pretty cool. I don't know how many of you guys saw this today, but this was news to me because, I tend to be slow on the uptake. So I went to my local comic book store today, and by local, I mean a 10-hour drive away from here. And as I was checking out, I saw the coolest thing ever, and I was like, how did I not know about this? It is Immortal Hulk number 20. And the artist, I know there's this glare, and I'm sorry, guys. The artist is Greg Horn. You may have heard of him. And I really love it because he's sitting on Loki's throne, and there's doubles and stuff. One of them might be me. True story. But I really, really, as you guys know, I'm a huge Hulk fan. I got Hulk stuff all over the place. Don't ask me trivias because I forget things.
I'm going to be totally honest. I didn't know you were a Hulk fan.
Oh, God, yeah. Look, I've got a Hulk figure. I got a Hulk fidget cube. I've got a Hulk, what is this? The Q-Fig things. I'm a huge Hulk fan. I love my nickname is Cat Smash. That's a thing. I have a lot of Hulk pop figures. Shocker. But yeah, I just love the grin on Hulk's face. I might have done that smile a couple of times right before I punch somebody in the face. That's a thing that I do from time to time. But I was super excited. It may or may not have cost me almost an arm and a leg, a couple of fingers maybe. But I am in love with this. And it's my new find, and I love him so much. So I'm super excited about that. I know it's somewhat comic book-ish related.
Is it?
Well, what I'm about to say. Spider-Man, a spin-off movie is coming.
Oh, are you talking? Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, and I'm just spin-off movie? Who are we spinning? Who is it? It better not be Mary J. I don't really like her. But apparently it's, now help me out here because I told you guys I forget from the moment you tell me things to the next day. I forget things. I believe it's the writer of Spider-Man 2.
It's the writer of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Thank you. I was almost there. And I'm interested in figuring out who's getting this spin-off. Could it be Goblin? Could it be, what's his name? What's Goblin's kid's name? Goblin Jr.
Hobgoblin, or?
I don't know. Because I can't remember things. I need to start making little notes this guy, the rich guy, his friend from high school, because he's only got 2.
Oh, you mean his actual name?
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. His last name is Osborn.
So Osborn could be getting his. I don't know. Interesting. I mean, could be getting a spinoff, which that'd be interesting. I mean, what does he have a story to tell?
Wait, what do you mean he's getting a spinoff?
No, I said could be. Like who? I'm trying to guess who the spinoff could be.
Well, okay. So, and I'm just gonna keep being this like random voice of God and not telling myself. Okay, we are getting distracted. Okay,
so get
Spectacular Spider-Man. All I know is that the speculations for this involve actually Spider-Verse, a live-action Spider-Verse, and I did not follow some people's connections. Like sometimes I feel like people are just connecting things to connect things because they really, they're reaching hard. But the idea is that I guess the big thing is that because they're bringing in the writer from Amazing Spider-Man 2 to work on this Spectacular Spider-Man movie, and they are also talking with Andrew Garfield, apparently, who was Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I did see that.
They're seeing a connection. Oh, you got the writer from Amazing Spider-Man 2 and you got the actor from Amazing Spider-Man 2 coming in and talking and stuff. So obviously this must be leading to a multiverse. Exactly. I don't know if that's accurate. You know what I mean? Like
that is kind of reaching. That's a little...
I could see like Spider-Verse made them a lot of money, so they want to make a live action Spider-Verse. I totally get that. I also get apparently that with the Morbius living vampire film, that there are some other clues there that I guess led people to believe that that's a build up to Spider-Verse. But who knows? I'm excited because I actually read Spectacular Spider-Man. I know Amazing Spider-Man is like the Spider-Man to read. They're also more expensive because they're the first Spider-Man. But I grew up with Spectacular Spider-Man. I have like almost every single issue ever, literally. I'm trying to think how many I'm missing, but anyway, it's an awesome run. There's some stuff that's like totally campy and cheesy and crappy, but there's some awesome appearances. But if you're a Cloak and Dagger fan, you probably know what I'm talking about. There's some I think one of their very first appearances is in Spectacular Spider-Man. So they have some very important stuff in there. There's some really cool Punisher and some other like villain turned hero or whatever characters. All the characters I like either were villains or are villains, but there's some really cool stuff. One of my favorite Punisher storylines, actually, or really it's just the ending, but is a Spectacular Spider-Man comic, and I don't remember which the number is, but it's like 134 or something. But so Punisher's being controlled by this villain through this whole thing and being made to do bad things that happen to be Punisher punishing bad people, but he's not doing it. This guy's making him do it. And at the very end, they're like poolside, and the villain's standing there, and Punisher's standing there, and he's making the Punisher point a gun at Spider-Man. Spider-Man's doing the whole like, oh, don't do it. And the Punisher last minute like turns the gun to the bad guy, and he's like, oh, you think you can control me? You thought you were controlling me this whole time? Nah, punk. And he actually shoots the bad guy and kills him because that's how Punisher is.
I love the sound effects.
Yeah, he goes dead into the pool. Splash. And and Peter Parker's like, oh my God, I can't believe how did you do that? He's like, oh yeah, I was never under mind control. It was a good excuse to kill all those bad people, and it was the only way to get close to this guy so that I could kill him. And Peter Parker's like, you can't just kill bad people. And it literally ends with the Punisher walking away being like, yeah, what the F are you going to do about it? You won't kill bad people. So you're not going to kill me, and I'm not going to stand here and listen to your bullshit. So peace. And that's why I love it. Because I'm like, Punisher's such a badass.
And thank you, Maurice. His name is Harry. Harry.
That's cheating. That's cheating, Maurice.
Maurice understands that a person like me cannot retain information for more than 24 hours. Unless it's like food related or liquor related or sleep related or anything but extra.
It just sounds like the things that are important to you, maybe?
These are things that are important to me. I mean, I love comic books too, but it's just so much. It's like a lot. So, things fall into the forgetful crack, so my bad. But thank you, Maurice. Yes, Harry. So I don't know what the spinoff could be. It's interesting. So I'm gonna keep tabs on it because so as much as everybody like shits on it, I like the original Spider-Man 1 through 2. Like there was nothing wrong with Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Wait, so you know about Amazing Spider-Man?
No, I'm talking about Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Like we're
I
great.
like how you skipped 3.
There wasn't a third one. Everybody keeps saying there's a third one, but that's a myth. That's like one of those urban legends. That's not. That's just that's like a behind the scenes thing that he did as like bloopers and stuff.
Is it?
And yeah, and everybody thought it was like movie number 3.
I thought it was a movie because it was 2 hours long.
Exactly, because it's just extra footage from 1 and 2. You know, I mean, come on, people.
I feel like people who are chiming in right now are so confused. They're like, "Wait, is that true?" Like,
so I'm kind of interested. I do like the Spider-Man movies. I'm tired of it always kind of having to reset every so often.
They're probably going to cast a new Spider-Man. The Spectacular Spider-Man was the other thing I heard, instead of keeping Tom Holland, because Tom Holland's part of the Marvel and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And like, all right, I guess. But if this is like a spin-off, like, I don't know what character they could be doing. And if Spider-Man related, I don't want to hear about how Uncle Ben dies for the 100th time and how Aunt May is like old and decrepit and needs help.
For real.
Like, I don't need to know that Peter Parker needs a job, but kind of has a job, but Jonah Jameson.
He's a photographer, but yeah.
Yeah, like I need to evolve from there, because if you don't know it by now, you were born like 2 seconds ago. So, I mean, that's just the thing.
It's one of those things that, I mean, Tom Holland is, to me, the best Spider-Man we've had. I would be really happy if he just stayed Spider-Man, personally. But the Morbius Living Vampire, I think it's going to be R-rated. It's supposed to be darker. It would be cool to see Spectacular Spider-Man be R-rated and really dark. And if they do cast somebody else, the reasoning, and I think this is where that multiverse theory comes into play, is the reasoning is that I think they know they actually can get Tom Holland. So the idea is Spectacular Spider-Man is going to be some other Spider-Man and part of another multiverse. And then if there'll be another film where they bring in all the different, they'll bring in Tom Holland, they'll bring in...
Could you imagine it's noir Spider-Man?
But why call it Spectacular Spider-Man then? Why not call it noir?
Okay.
I think it's just going to be like
Spectacular
Spider-Man is different. Like the storylines are a little different. And so, wait, so did you badmouth Mary Jane a few minutes ago?
Yeah, I want to say some things, but then people are going to
No.
feel like
Say.
F that B. Hater.
This is not a censored show.
I know, but if I say it, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you don't support women." I don't support dumb women.
So who do you support? Black Cat? Are you a Black Cat fan? Are you like, yo, he needs to just commit to Black Cat? Okay, because I can get on board with that. I can entirely get on board with that.
So Mary Jane's too whiny and just too meh. Like, get yourself together. Jesus Christ, you're like 55 years old and
55 years old. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. But like, I don't know. I just don't like whiny characters, especially whiny female characters. Like, it is the worst thing in human history. Like, so I believe it's the movie Jumper, right? That's the one where the guy can jump. Okay, so in between getting shot and in between jumping from place to place, this dummy, the female lead, stops and says, "I'm not going anywhere till you tell me what's happening." Bitch, I don't care what's happening. If you're shooting at me and we jumping through countries, let's keep going so I can stay alive. Eventually, we will slow down and you can tell me what's happening. And they do that with so many female characters. They're like, "I'm not going anywhere till you tell me what's going on." And then there's bullets flying. She's like, "Oh my God, save me."
It's true. I mean, I can't argue with anything you just said, really.
And Mary Jane,
I'd have to go back
that way.
I'd have to go back and watch Jumper specifically, I think. I honestly don't remember much of that movie. except that he's jumping around, and they end up in a coliseum, and
in the desert or something like that. And
oh yeah, there's like the whole thing with the bus in the desert, right? Like the double-decker bus. Like one of the guys like jumps and brings the bus there.
So, yeah. I just remember that whole scene where she like let goes of his hand. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. So you tell me what's happening. And then they're getting shot, and she's like, save me. And I'm like, you're so stupid. I hate you. And I'm like, and then like the people I was watching it with was like, her character was written like that. And I'm like, well, she didn't have the backbone to be like, that's not an accurate thing.
Oh, I do remember her actually. Now that you bring that up, because I remember that she's like she's a bartender, and I remember there's a scene where she's like she drinks with him, and he's like, "Oh, aren't you on the clock?" And she's like, "Yeah, but my boss doesn't care." And immediately you're like, everyone who's ever bartended ever would be like, "That's not how that works."
Yeah.
Like, but okay.
Super annoying. And for me, Mary Jane's that same way. She's like so flippin' whiny. I'm like, God.
So, would you say it's Black Cat, not Gwen Stacy? Let's think about this because.
Okay, so that. Okay, so so I do like Gwen Stacy. I don't know. She's less whiny than Mary Jane. She tends to be more assertive, which I do like. And I mean, like, I get sometimes we have to be submissive and we have to play stupid because from time to time, I play stupid just to get things. It's a thing I do. It works. But like constantly, like, right? Constantly. That's a word.
Have you been drinking?
No, I just don't know. I don't know the big English words. I know
the big English words. Do you know any big Spanish words?
So anyway.
So okay, but here's the thing about Miss Gwen, and I will throw this up there. It's a spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
If you don't know from either watching the films or actually reading comics, and shame on you if you're collecting comics and not even reading them, or watching the movies and not even reading them, but Gwen Stacy does die.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. She dies pretty brutally, actually.
It was like one of the most like when I think I was like I don't know. I was young-ish when I found out.
Oh. Well,
yeah, when I found that, and I was like,
I was gonna say you weren't alive when the comic came out. I don't.
No. When I found out what happened to her, I think I was like,
it's harsh.
14.
It's harsh.
Yeah,
and it solidified to me. It's one of those great like I love how evil certain villains really are. It's why I love the Joker. It's why I love Green Goblin, and I love Hobgoblin, and I love like the villains. I love Juggernaut. I love villains that do pretty awful things because I want the villain to be really bad so that it gives me a believable motivation for your hero. And so when Goblin kills Gwen Stacy, I just saw Maurice's note, and I was trying to chime Mary Jane.
What if Mary Jane was a superhero? Is she a whiny superhero? Because no.
Yeah,
is her superpower not whining? Then I can get behind that.
Give us more here, Maurice. What if Mary Jane was a superhero? Is she like? Is that a question? Does that make her better?
Like, I mean, there's whiny superheroes too. That is just like
Gwen Stacy, I think, was one of the reasons she came back in the multiverse and as Spider-Gwen and everything is that people liked her more. Like I think maybe not more, but they really liked her, and she was sort of like the perfect woman for Peter Parker. She's really smart. She didn't take a lot of crap. She was kind of like that, like strong female that maybe Mary Jane hasn't always been.
She should have just been like, hasn't always, like, not maybe, hasn't.
But Black Cat to me.
Oh no! We left on a cliffhanger. I'll never know what Black Cat to him was. Was she your sister? Was she an ex-girlfriend? What was Black Cat? Oh, there you are. Okay. Because you left us on a cliffhanger. You literally said Black Cat to me was, and then disappeared on me.
The perfect girlfriend. She's the Catwoman to me. She is the Catwoman to Spider-Man. And that's like great. That's such a great dynamic. The villainous female, the hero's trying to be good. I love everything about Black Cat. I mean, she's a well-developed character. She's well-drawn. She's
she is. Dope. Oh, sorry. Sorry. My bad. Got a little excited there. Sorry.
So I want to point out to the audience is that Purell?
Oh, no, I got a new tattoo.
Really?
Yeah, I got a new tattoo, and it's in that drying stage. So every now and again, I have to apply the lotion.
Oh, I'm sure that's why. Wait, where's the tattoo? Right here?
Right there.
Oh, it's a little rose.
It's a little rose with a petal falling, and the petal is in the shape of a heart. And there's a little bit of a heart, and there's a little bit of pink, just a hint of pink throughout.
Just a tad.
Just a tad. So yeah, it's in that drying stage. I'm sorry, guys. Got to take care of the tat so it doesn't look stupid.
Okay, so something, and Maurice, we're still waiting to hear about this. What if Mary Jane was a superhero? Yeah. What if? But I would love to see some comic-related tattoos. I have a whole bunch of tattoos. I mean, not a bunch you can see right here, but that was hard to show. But all over my body, there are tattoos. I do not have a comic tattoo. I actually have one that I really, 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 really want, that I want to get on my wrist. But I haven't done it. I never find time. But if you will send us your pictures of comic book tattoos, we'll use that as an excuse to send you a prize.
Yeah. My favorite is like when Wolverine is slashing out of a person's arm.
That's a very popular tat.
I think there was one that makes it look like the person's transforming into Venom. And and then of course the ultimate fail that everybody always posts, which I still wonder if it's true or not.
Marvel letters.
Marvel with Batman right in the middle, like that can't.
And it's like Superman's in there, and you're like, nobody's that out of touch, right?
How you would pray, but there's always one. There's always one.
There's always one at the top.
So the coronavirus has done something that's made me very, 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 very sad. It's delayed Falcon and Winter Soldier. I, as you guys may remember, but if you have crappy memory like me, I'll refresh it. I'm a huge Sebastian fan because he's like Han. He wears eyeliner from time to time. I'm a sucker for a guy in eyeliner. And I really wanted to see this because I wanted to swoon over Sebastian. And now I gotta wait because coronavirus and all that. So thanks, coronavirus. I had a corona this past weekend. Nothing happened to me. I did. It's a great picture of me holding a corona.
That's not all, right? Like, it's not just movie production delays.
No, it's shipments.
Yeah.
So people may or may not be getting the new Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing edition because it's coming from China. And so that's a delay. People are starting to work from home. There are universities that are shutting down and doing the online stuff. This thing has affected a lot of people, but it only really or the most susceptible people, right? That's the word, are the elderly, 65 and older, children 2 and younger, and people with health issues, diabetes, heart disease, lung cancer, stuff like that. Just wash your hands.
Anybody with compromised immune system.
There it is. Thank you. That's the one. So wash your hands, people. That's a thing. It's crazy out there because I went to Sam's Club to legit buy like things that I actually need. And I went to go get paper towels, not toilet paper, because I buy that shit in bulk anyway. And we round the corner, and literally all that is there is the brand of paper towel that I buy, and I'm like, okay, everything else is literally gone. Like, the hell, people? Were you not cleaning your ass before? Like, I'm confused. But yeah.
The big news, I guess, is that E3 officially?
Yes, E3 as of this. So last night, it was speculation that it could be. As of this morning, I believe around 9:30 in the morning our time, it was confirmed that E3 is not happening.
And I know South by Southwest is close. I saw that Comic-Con, the actual San Diego Comic-Con, said that they are not canceling as of right now.
Yes, because they're in June. They're in June, aren't they?
They got some time.
They got some time. There was a convention that was happening in 2 weeks here in Raleigh that got canceled. The cruise that I was supposed to be going on told me that they are carrying over my money, and I need to select a different date before March 30th. So that was fun because I'm like, fuck, man, I really need a vacation. Fine. So now I have to wait for that. So that's a thing.
Are you taking me? Am I going on this cruise?
So I said vacation, which means fun and relaxation. Although you are fun to hang out with, there is nothing relaxing about hanging out with you. So this time it's going to be a no. I'm not. But I've been seeing a lot of people having to, and these are like mom and pop shops and stuff like that, having to close down. I actually read a comment of a poor gentleman who had to shut down his whole entire business, had to lay off all the people. I think he's been in business for 2 years now, so he's a fairly new company. I don't know what he did, but he was just like, I'm ruined. And I'm like, God, fucking sucks. And I just want to find the outbreak monkey that started all this and just shoot it.
Well, I mean, I think I've seen Colleen Dorian and Duran and a bunch of other comic artists that we track, follow, and know for whatever reason have posted and commented that there is a level of like a lot of artists make their money going to cons, and every time one of these cons cancels, it can add up. It can be pretty serious for certain artists, and so it's just sort of a reminder to those of you out there, like, comic book artists are real people and you should support them. And, you know, if you see that the con where you normally would go see them is being canceled, maybe find them on Facebook and try to, I mean, most of these people, if you send them a comic, they will sign it. If that's what you're after, is a signature or whatever, they'll do it from home. You can mail it to them and show your support.
And if you were going to go see an artist at these conventions, you know you were going to spend money. I mean, hit them up and be like, hey, do you have some? I mean, most of these artists are on Instagram because it's an easy way for everybody to see their work. I mean, send them money that way. You know, you're already going to spend it. So just help them out and stuff. It's some trying times out there, people. But from the looks of it, it is time to go. I appreciate it is. Time flies when you're having fun.
Before we go, I'm going to reiterate.
Like, share, subscribe.
Well, no, you can do that part.
Okay.
I'm going to reiterate that you should go to our, I mean, if you're watching this, you know where our Facebook is, but find our Facebook and message us with pictures of your comic book tattoos for a chance to win a super duper prize. I'm not going to say what. I'm
going to tweet it out.
She's going to that. The little birdie. And
the Twitter.
I don't know. We've got a couple pretty cool prizes.
We do.
We had a really good time giving away a bunch recently, and a lot of emails been pouring in where people were like, "I got home and I couldn't believe you gave this to us for free." It's true. It really happens.
It does, actually.
It's a real thing. And I would like to point out, like, if y'all haven't noticed, look how nice Look at how nice that backdrop looks. Boom! Pow!
There's a wow right there.
Oh, wow.
But it's swooshing away. It's swooshing away. But yes, I've got the city, and I'm gonna say this is the city of New York because that's where I'm from, and that's where most of the major incidents happen anyway. So,
but anyway, you will continue to see improvements and updates. And season 1, we have it for issues with. We have some updates coming up. I've been happily seeing some exports on those interviews. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can go to, look, I'm going to double check it, issueswithshow.com. Oh, look, it comes right up. And then if you go to like, oh, I don't know, guests, there's a thing that says guests. It's crazy. So literally issues
with.
I thought of something that made me laugh. Issueswithshow.com/guests. If you just are curious about seeing who some of the guests are from season 1, we got Brian Stelfreeze, Colleen Oran, Randall Charles Vez, Greg LaRogue, and so many more.
So many people.
I'll be excited to announce some more of that stuff soon.
Yeah. I will be tweeting this tattoo comic book at breakdown_show. Only send me tattoos of comic book stuff. Don't at me because I forgot Harry's name. It happens.
What's his last name?
Osborne. I was going to say Cobblepot, and then I was like, no, that's the Penguin. Shut up. Don't say that. So it happens. But as always, like, share, subscribe, follow, go to our website, issueswithshow.com, and go underneath the guest stuff and sign up for the newsletter that we send out every 3
It's like twice a month.
Twice a month. And thank you for watching as always. I love you guys. Wash your flipping hands. Thank you. Bye.